Ladies and gentlemen, it is playoffs time in the Halo Ball League. We have Dynasty versus Fatal in Washington, D.C. at the White House private Halo Ball Arena.
We are in for an absolute treat for today's semifinal match. It's win or go home out here.
And you know, Alonzo, I've just got to say, Luke Lawrence added to that Dynasty roster that played so well last game. It is scary.
Yep, we have the 1 seed Fatal, led by team captain Nate Meyer and one of our leading scorers in this league, Liam Graham, facing up against Dynasty, who just won in the play-in tournament against Legacy.
And you know, right off the bat, one thing that I noticed is that Fatal has Christian Radke coming off the bench for presumably Ryan Samuels.
An interesting decision, as Christian Radke is 6'5" and Ryan Samuels is 5'4". You have to wonder what team captain Nate Meyer is doing.
And standing at 5'2.5", Ryan Samuels is just not. He just doesn't compete vertically with these other guys.
Exactly. I mean, if you're not going to break into that upper 5-foot echelon tier like Ryan standing at 4'11", you're going to have to start a guy like Christian Radke.
And it's a no-brainer, but we'll see. Maybe the Fatal front office knows something that we don't.
Maybe they do. And Jimmy, are you feeling the energy in this building that I am feeling as we are about to tip off here at the White House?
Oh boy, I just saw Joe Biden trip over his shoe 4 minutes ago. It was electric.
And as Nancy Pelosi once said, let's do this thing! And we're off!
Luke Lawrence grabs the ball right off the tip.
And what I'm seeing right out of the gate is this is playoff energy. These players know that it's been 7 long weeks and that everything they've worked for leads up to this moment.
And Liam Graham knows that for sure as he sends a mean one over Heidersbach.
And it looks like Fatal is in their patented 1-1-1 zone today.
And Graham, you know, he just did something very underrated that not many fans would notice. He put on his intimidation face live in-game, made his opponent absolutely lose it.
And from a guy like Graham, who's usually, you know, a softer demeanor, interesting to see.
Oh!
As Nate
throws that one down, I guess.
And Heidersbach nails a 3 early into this game.
Heidersbach with the absolutely ice-cold celly right there, letting the fans know that he's out there. And Graham bricks that one. And Meyer sends it down over Lawrence with ease.
And if Lawrence doesn't start getting physical with Meyer, it's going to be an extremely long night for Dynasty.
And you know, the two, Lawrence and Meyer, they've had a history of competition.
I mean, we've had a couple of regular season games where we've seen them face off and lots of words exchanged.
And I think if Luke Lawrence can get physical and get into the head of Nate Meyer, it will lead to success for Dynasty.
Mm-hmm. And interestingly enough, one of those games, they started talking about each other's mothers. And I think, Jimmy, that it crossed the line there. But both players are just out there for a good competition, you know?
Yeah, you know, when those comments dropped about Irene, you know, things got ugly.
Yeah, absolutely. And as a fan of this league, the Halo Ball League, which has been such a great thing for its viewers and those a part of it, you just hate to see something like the Irene scenario go down.
Mm-hmm. The Irene incident of 02.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Watergate, Irene incident, they're at the same level, and it's fitting here at the White House.
And Luke Lawrence throws it down for 2 on the alley-oop, and it is stolen by Dynasty right away.
And we've got a close game in this first quarter. Many people expected Fatal to just run away with this one.
You know, Ryan Samuels really looking like a liability out there so far, turning the ball over a couple times.
And one thing about this Fatal team, that's a good call. He went up and popped the line. But one thing about this Fatal team is when things start to not go their way, they turn into scrambled eggs. I mean, it's like a morning at Cracker Barrel.
It really is, you know, a morning at Cracker Barrel where you order some nice omelet and some fries.
Mm-hmm.
Especially in Manteno, Illinois.
Yeah, and absolutely nobody would dine and dash from Cracker Barrel. You know, they don't make you pay at the table, they make you pay at the front. Yeah. And everybody's there to pay it.
And, you know, if I could spread a message to every single person that has ever dined and dashed from a Cracker Barrel, I would say, what is wrong with you? You've got a lot of character building to do, and, I'm just not a fan of you.
Absolutely, as Liam Graham almost got dropped to the floor there with a crafty move from Heidersbach.
And the three-pointer is good from Graham.
And we've seen more three-pointers in this game than almost any other game this season thus far.
I can't agree with you more. Graham is just not hesitating to pull, and it's working out.
And Jimmy, I'm sitting here in the booth right now about an arm's length, maybe a quarter stone's throw away from Christian Radke. He is looking demoralized on the bench, like he really wants to get into the game.
If I were Radke, I would totally agree with him. I see my teammate Ryan Samuels totally just messing up and just selling.
And I think it's key for Fatal to keep a guy like Radke happy, because he is a locker room cancer. People know it. But that skill that he brings to the table, anybody's willing to keep him for that.
Yeah, one thing that is not known by many Halo Ball viewers is the Christian Radke locker room lasagna incident. He brought in with 5 trays of lasagna, and he started spreading them all over his teammates.
Yeah, and I think a little bit similar. You could draw comparisons to the Jalen Green incident and the lasagna incident.
And maybe even the Gilbert Arenas incident.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not great for a team.
I would say that they're all at that stature, with the third-degree vulgarity ranking.
And Mr. Smoke, I think that vulgarity ranking was spot on.
Is this offensive?
We have a foul on the floor. It will be Dynasty ball.
Wow. The 4-foot beast, Ryan Samuels, gets called for an offensive foul. Put that one on the bingo card and scratch it off.
I don't think we've ever seen anything like that before. As Gordon sneaks a layup behind the arm of Nate Meyer for one.
That's his patented jump hook. It really has been a staple of this league this year.
We have a nearly tie game. Fatal up 1.
As we wind down this first quarter, Dynasty is really just taking control of this possession, working the shot clock.
And Heidersbach gets a shot up over the shorter defender, Samuels.
Mm-hmm. And Ben's aggressiveness is really setting the tone out here for Dynasty.
And Samuels getting pushed around there by Lawrence. Finds Samuels out on the perimeter. The shot is no good.
Can't leave that man. Can he get it off? Oh!
At the buzzer is no good. A great hustle attempt by Luke Lawrence.
Nearly a heroic play from Lorenk. We are going to send it down now to our most favorite, most adored, and loved analysis announcer, Kyle Barda, for an electric first quarter interview.
All right, Liam, the score is 11-10. How do you feel after the first quarter?
I feel pretty good. Dynasty's on a bit of a run. They just played in the play-in. I'm expecting them to have some energy, but I'm also expecting that to die down pretty quickly as they're getting tired.
Gotcha. What do you feel about that one call Ryan had where it's an offensive foul? Do you think that's justified?
The refs are doing their job. I think it was maybe a bit of a flop, but the elbow was there, so
Ooh, a flop. Do you think it's going to get any chippier from here on out?
I hope so.
Oh, wow, there you have it. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Alonzo, we are in the middle of a nail-biter here. Score 10-11. The second quarter is about to kick off. Boy, am I excited!
This arena is absolutely jumping in here. Everybody wants to see if Dynasty can complete the biggest upset in Halo Ball League history.
Even Ted Cruz has a Christian Radke cardboard cutout.
I mean, he's out there in the stands waving it around next to Nancy. We love this action.
Right away, Radke gets to fumble it, as he does.
And Jimmy, as Radke slams that one home, I have to ask you, what are the implications on this game, and what is Recon doing at home right now? Are they biting their nails?
If I were Recon, I would just be extremely confident in a win of the Chipper today. Their roster is just too complete, and they've got the dogs, especially guys like Zachary Allen.
Definitely, and I think a team like Recon is looking forward to playing against Apex and potentially winning, as expected. And they would probably love to see a team like Dynasty in the championship game.
I couldn't agree with you more. As Lawrence putting up another shot. No good. Stolen by Gordon. Lawrence draws the goaltend on Meyer.
And that is a crucial call. 2 points there on the goaltend because Nate touched the line as a shot went up.
And Radke just doing some very unorthodox ball movements right there. As Liam absolutely leaps off the lily, but cannot throw it down.
Like he's at Dave & Buster's playing Frogger.
Oh boy. I love to give that thing a good old spin, see how many tickets I get. It's thrilling.
Absolutely thrilling. And I think as long as Dynasty just keeps their energy up, they're going to be in this game when it comes down to it.
You know, guys like Nate Meyer really have not been too dominant so far.
And it's interesting, they put Ben on Nate and Luke on Liam, even though Luke is significantly bigger than Ben.
Yeah, no, if I were Dynasty, I would most definitely have Luke guarding Meyer. It's the obvious choice. But, you know, Dynasty is still in this game. It is a 1-point game. As Radke drags his foot there. Oh, my goodness. Did not even have to jump.
And there's some pitter-patter on the court about whether that was a travel or not. To me, it looked clean.
And Gordon with a nice play. Luke with the defense. But Meyer extends the arm and slams it over Jesko.
And Jesko really did not stand a chance stopping that there. It was like, you know, Dad sleeping on a Sunday morning couch.
Honestly, exactly like that. You know, some might also say it was like the big bad wolf huffing and puffing. You know, he blew Jesko's house down.
Mm-hmm. It was bound to come down. You got to send your best regards to Sean and his family. Bridget, of course, his mother.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, best regards to all of them.
She makes some great peanut butter cookies.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. As Luke gets fed into the high post here.
Lawrence working on Meyer. The ball movement to Jesko. Using the tree there to regain his steps. Lawrence down low. The hook is good.
And Dylan calls that a 2. That's a very close range 2. But, you know, great for Dynasty to get those points on the board.
You know, I personally don't hate that call, Alonzo.
Really?
You know, I thought it was a jump hook. It was the motion of a jump shot, you know. It wasn't really a layup, in my opinion. As Meyer could not get that one to go over Lawrence.
And Lawrence did a great job putting his butt into Meyer and backing him away from the hoop. That's what you need to do in this game to avoid those easy alley-oops.
And we see Jesko getting hacked there. And Gordon goes up for the alley-oop, cannot get it to fall.
May have gotten away with a push in the back there. Ref can't see everything.
Here we see Lawrence working on Meyer. The wraparound to Gordon. Stolen by Graham. They have numbers. Graham with the slam.
And Jesko was absolutely snoozing under the hoop there. Not really guarding any offenders at that point.
You know, it looked like he was picking grass. Gordon blocked by the line. That's just unfortunate, especially with Gordon's play style. You know, he runs into that quite often.
And the flop there from Lawrence is not called, providing an easy slam for Fatal.
Here we see Jesko working up top. Not deciding to shoot as much, despite his last game's successes.
I think team captain Ben Gordon wanted to limit the amount of shots, gave him the yellow light for this game. And as this second half winds down, let's see if Fatal can make a dent into Dynasty's lead.
And Radke, you know, just sloppy play there from Radke. Especially in a pivotal moment like a 3-point game. 2 points can create a huge swing.
As Radke passes to the wrong team there.
And Jesko showing off the bunnies.
Neither team able to convert easy plays. Unfortunate for them, we have 1 second stopped on the clock. Let's see if Fatal can create a heroic play.
And Radke bringing it up here. You know, maybe not the best person I would have passing. And they could not get the alley-oop to go.
And that is the first half. Dynasty surprisingly up 3 points in this one.
No. And, you know, we're going to head into the half. Dynasty down by 3. The score is 15-18.
We may, and Jimmy, I'm not saying we have to, but we may have to send it down to Bingo, Sharpie, and the boys for an electric halftime analysis. Bingo, out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here for the Halo Ball League halftime analysis. I'm with my co-host,
Elmo Gritty.
and I'm, of course, Bingo Sharpie. Unfortunately, today, we are missing our dearly beloved host, Todd David.
And, rumor has it that he had a professional bowling tournament to make at the Brunswick Zone this afternoon. But, good luck to him.
We wish him and Ivor best of luck on your tournament.
And, right off the bat, that game, we saw Luke Lawrence getting physical, rattling Nate Meyer, and keeping Dynasty close.
I think everybody at home right now is surprised at Dynasty's effort from the dynamic duo of Luke Lawrence and Ben Gordon.
And, Ben Gordon really going out there, showing his veteran presence, getting a lot of steals, playing great defense. And if this continues, I could see Dynasty making a run.
Elmo Gritty, it's almost as if Fatal has forgotten that this is the playoffs. It is win or go home. You win this game, you find yourself in the championship matchup.
And bingo, that is the mentality that all these players need to have. As we see Luke Lawrence getting checked in. Oh my God. And bingo. This has been a fantastic analytical performance by us.
It's one of our best. I will have to obviously tip our hat to yourself, Bingo, and Elmo, for our great performance.
And bingo, that's going to wrap things up. We'll send it back to Alonzo smoking Jimmy Terror in the stew. Oh boy, that was some great analysis from the fellas. Special shout out to you, Todd David. Hope you're doing great in your bowling tournament.
And Bingo, Elmo, great analysis as always.
And just like that, we are ready to tip off for the third quarter. Score is 15-18. Dynasty trails by 3.
Dynasty leads by 3, actually, Jimmy. Dynasty is leading by 3. Can we get a scores check? No? I am absolutely wrong.
Alonzo, maybe it's the pills that you're taking.
And it was just the anxiety leading into Todd David's bowling tournament that it just forced me to take them. But next week, I will come prepared.
We see an interesting choice by Fatal yet again. Liam Graham on the bench.
You have to wonder what team captain Nate Meyer is doing, leaving Fatal's best player, Liam Graham, on the bench.
And Ryan with a very interesting three-point attempt right there. Not the greatest look.
Reminiscent of some lowlights from Andre Drummond there.
Beautiful.
As Heidersbach puts in the jumper for 2.
And we've got a game here on our hands.
Samuels absolutely smokes it. And Radke puts it in.
Great finish from the big man.
Heidersbach to Gordon.
Gordon not looking to shoot the 3 at all. And never mind, he shot it.
And Gordon pestering. Giving Fatal numbers. And Meyer throws that one out of bounds.
And I think at this point, Meyer's used to having a guy like Liam out there to pass the rock with back and forth. It's hard to trust guys like Samuels and Radke to make consistently great IQ plays.
Mm-hmm.
And it's leading to some trouble for Fatal. But Dynasty needs to take advantage here while they have an advantage.
As Meyer snags that rebound and said, "Give me that."
I don't see Dynasty winning this game unless they make a massive leap here.
As Samuels pulls the 3.
And Meyer's just an absolute animal out here, finishing the alley-oop, creating a steal on the other end. Makes you wonder what his other teammates are doing. He's doing it all.
And Ryan lets that one sail about 94,000 meters over the halo right there. Really got to wonder what he's thinking.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
We've seen a slow start to this half. And Radke with a very embarrassing goaltend right there.
And that's a great bait from Gordon. Just tossing it over the line, not looking to shoot, seeing if a low IQ player like Radke will stick their hand up there and make a mistake.
And it truly paid off right there.
Mm-hmm.
We have a 2-point game, ladies and gentlemen, as Liam Graham comes in right after that atrocious mistake by Christian Radke.
And I think it's definitely the right decision by Fatal. As Nate Meyer gets in the post. He is shuffling his feet like crazy down there. I mean, it's like 4 or 5 steps at this point.
This is wild to see.
Changing his pivot foot. And the ref calls a jump, and Nate's looking very, very distraught by that call there.
And, we have Luke Lawrence, a high flyer. Cannot get it to his teammate, though. Meyer throws on another alley-oop slam. Trying to widen the gap between these two team scores.
It was the most OP play there as Luke smokes an alley-oop, and it leads to a transition dunk on the other end.
You know, Liam, despite being only 5'10", he can jump up there with the big fellas.
Absolutely. That dude has rocket fuel in his shoes.
And Ben just sloppily throws that one to Nate.
And Ben definitely does have to watch the turnovers. They've been throwing some extremely risky passes. I think Dynasty needs to simplify their game.
And Heidersbach just cannot get that one to go. He really wants that one back. And that's swatted by Heidersbach.
Seeing here if Luke can contain Nate in the low post.
Samuels for three. No good. Rebound, Graham. Graham back up. Rebound, Meyer. Working on Lawrence in the low block.
They're slowing it down. Brings it back out to Graham.
10 seconds on the shot clock.
Shot clock winding down here. Meyer is holding.
It seems like Fatal really wants to protect their lead. They're taking this Dynasty game seriously.
Meyer cannot get that one to fall.
Dynasty's got to value every possession here.
And just like that, Ben Gordon doing the total opposite.
It was about 2 inches away from converting there on that alley-oop.
And Heidersbach! And one!
Over Nate Meyer. What a finish. You got to love the tenacity from a guy like Heidersbach. I mean, early in the season, he gets a demoralizing phone call telling him he's been shipped off to Dynasty, the poverty of the league. And now he's making the most of his situation.
You know, you got to love it for a guy like Heidersbach. But, you know, missing that free throw could prove to be fatal against Fatal.
But what a comeback story for a guy like Heidersbach.
You know, going from traded week 1 to now a playoff roster.
I mean, a huge piece on a potential championship level team.
And Lawrence just sends that one back to yesterday.
Oh!
And slams it over Meyer and one!
Oh my God! They called an offensive foul there? Oh, for an extension.
Wow.
Oh my, I can't believe my eyes, Jimmy.
That was just an absurd call by Stripes right there.
That would have been a poster of the year candidate.
Graham puts up the shot. It's no good. Boarded by Samuels. The shot fake. Lays it over the line.
And Samuels really needs to kick that one to someone else.
It's good!
No good?
What do you...
This ref is getting
I'm
paid.
getting rid of that. They said it's no good.
Absolutely
To me, that looked like a
ridiculous.
clean three-point shot by Luke Lawrence.
I mean, there's discourse on the court right now. The ref is looking extremely confused. What is going on?
And, you know, under further review, we're getting word here that, you know, the ref is looking at the tapes.
We're going to the booth for the first time all season in the playoffs. You got to make sure these calls get corrected. But we will be back for you in the fourth and final quarter?
Fourth and final quarter of action, baby.
Oh boy, and this is the playoffs. It's all coming down to this, Jimmy. We'll see you there. I am here with the heart and soul of this Dynasty roster, Sean Yesko and his teammate, Benjamin Gordon. Sean, I have to ask you first. Going into this fourth quarter, what is on the line for you?
This game, this league means everything to me. I got to bring out what I do best from our last game, our playing game. I got to be the man under the hoop, stopping the baskets, and I also got to step up and take some shots.
Absolutely. We love to hear that from you, Sean. And Ben, over to you. I need to know, how much are you about to give it in your fourth quarter, potentially your season ender here?
You know, it's the same as every other quarter. It's 110%. Dynasty never gives up. We're always grinding. Dirt menaces. We're going to go out there and give it our best.
And one more question for either one of you. How do you guys feel about the claims that Dynasty is the poverty of the league, standing here moments away from a potential championship run?
All I know is that Legacy's out of this already, and we're
We're
still
not
in,
last.
so.
It ain't us.
All right. Alonzo Smoke, we will send it back to you for an electric fourth quarter call. I have to stand up right now because this is the fourth quarter of this semifinal playoff matchup.
It is a 3-point game.
And you can't even see our faces right now, but we are pumped! Let's go! Halo Ball League!
Oh man, I love this league so much! I live for this league!
We are ready to see who is going to the championship. Will it be Fatal? Will it be Dynasty? No one knows!
As Samuels puts up an absolutely ugly shot right back to him, though. Brick again.
And Jimmy, I'm feeling electrified from that third quarter interview with Ben and Yesko. I mean, you could really see how badly these players want it.
You know, the amount of electricity in here, it's like I'm getting tased at all moments. With a police-grade taser from the state of Maryland.
I mean, what can you say other than it's electric?
Ah!
And it is still a 3-point game. Dynasty has possession. Every single one matters from here on out. You cannot waste a possession. Turnovers are costly.
And just like that, Jimmy, we see Luke Heidersbach embody that mentality right away, being smart with his passes. But, you know, if I'm Dynasty, I'm definitely putting Luke Lawrence out there this quarter. This is a winner-go-home situation, and they need their best players.
Absolutely. I think maybe midway through this quarter, you take out Yesko, you put in Lawrence.
Heidersbach for three!
Oh! That is a massive three-pointer! The comeback story is not over!
It is a tie game. Samuels for three, no good.
And a terrible call from the ref. He's never seen a traditional box out. And Jimmy, what I'm seeing here is Stripes is falling under the pressure of team captain Fatal.
And just like that, Donald Trump is up and leaving.
Absolutely terrible, atrocious call from the ref there. We cannot have that in this Halo Ball League.
And you know, Meyer just throws up an air ball there. Just goes to show that ball don't lie.
The ball never lies. As Heidersbach nails it! Was that two?
It is now a tie game. We are knotted up at 27 here.
Oh my gosh. Jimmy, I can't even contain myself as this fourth quarter is winding down.
Yes, go the lob!
No, he can't finish, but Gordon breaks it free. Behind the back.
Yes, go!
No good.
No good.
Ryan
cannot. Ryan cannot go. Ryan, you know, no foul there. Heidersbach gets him jumping.
Pop-Tart.
And that's a foul.
That may be a flagrant one.
Heidersbach with a chance to create a 2-point lead here for Dynasty in the late game.
And that's a technical. Oh my gosh. What? We have a technical foul in the fourth quarter of a playoff game?
And, you know, if I'm Dynasty, this is the perfect time to sub in Luke Lawrence. That's what I'd be thinking.
I mean, this ref is absolutely altering the course of this game. Unbelievable at this point.
2 free throws and the ball coming for Dynasty. No sub, though. Or maybe they're just waiting till after the first free throw to sub.
I'm not even sure where that technical foul came from or who it was on, but oh boy.
Heidersbach misses the first.
And they have Liam. They have elected Liam to take these 2 shots. Definitely their smartest decision. Misses the first!
Oh boy.
And you can see the disappointment in his teammate's face.
The pressure is getting to him.
As both shots miss. And Jimmy, as we said, that ball, it just never, ever.
Never lies.
Never.
Samuels. Not the guy I'd be wanting to hold the ball if I was Fatal.
As Gordon sneaks in and steals it. A massive play.
He's like swiping the fox. And that was Diego.
And let's see what Dynasty can put together in this possession. They need a bucket.
Heidersbach, no good.
Tapped
by Yesko.
Meyer not
Shoots
afraid
down.
to put his body on the line.
And Heidersbach goes up for the dunk. No call.
There has to be something. This ref is absolutely blind. And he is completely on Fatal's side.
Oh, my Lord. What could have been? You know, it's still a 1-point game. It's anyone's match. But, you know, what could it have been with a good Stripes?
I mean, no one knows. But we're here in the final 2 minutes. Fatal has a 1-point lead. We've subbed in Christian Radke and subbed out Yesko. I mean, it's about to go down.
It is quite literally about to go down. the big man, 6'5" Christian Radke stepping into the pit. And, you know, I just can't wait to see this go down.
I think everybody here in the stadium, they're on their edge of their seats. No one knows what is in store.
You know, it seems all the Dynasty fans in the crowd are now chanting "Who Dey?"
Jimmy, I'm getting anxiety just sitting here right now.
Yeah, I know. It feels like there's spiders crawling all over me. It's a crazy sensation.
As we're underway, Dynasty is on the prowl looking for some points.
Lawrence. Down to Gordon.
And Jimmy,
Back out to Lawrence.
who do you want taking that shot there? Is it Lawrence?
I mean, maybe. Lawrence has been known to go off in a couple of performances.
He can definitely hit shots.
Radke.
As
For
that's a
2.
huge 2 for Fatal, extending the lead to 3.
And the charge right after.
Oh boy, things are turning Fatal's way here. It's getting out of hand as time is winding down.
Pass stolen by Gordon.
Huge steal. A 3 could be big here. He's wide open. Nothing but daylight. Goaltending.
And we have a goaltend.
And ref calls the whistle. And they're going to the booth. Oh boy. It was a close one there. Meyer and Gordon seemed to simultaneously touch it. But I think that Nate slightly touched it before.
I mean, to my naked eye, it seemed like Meyer goaltended that one.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be absolutely game-changing, Alonzo!
I mean, this could be a 1-point game in the blink of an eye. And it's a goaltend!
Oh, boy! The score is 29-30. Oh, my goodness.
What will Fatal do here? Are they going to wind clock, or are they going to stay aggressive?
Meyer to Graham to Radke.
Radke pulls it!
And Meyer throws it in for the slam for 2.
And Heidersbach's got to get more physical in these final minutes.
And Lawrence just throws up an ugly layup. And Graham misses the layup, but it is dunked by Meyer.
And back the other way, Heidersbach slams it home. And neither
Graham
team
to the lane. Misses the dunk.
Oh my God, that could prove to be costliest. Heidersbach, no good.
No good for the 3, potentially game tying. And Graham redeems himself with what could be the dagger.
That's a 2-possession game.
And another charge called on Luke Lawrence.
A great take from Meyer. They're willing to give up his body and do anything it takes to get to this championship game.
And Graham.
Dynasty
No good.
recovers it.
Swatted by Graham.
Out of the court. We have 20 seconds. They need a 3 here bad. And Luke Lawrence is just throwing this game away for Dynasty. An absolute travesty to see.
Radke, the step back jumper is no good.
I don't know
Dynasty
what
needs a 3.
they need it bad. And he can't hit it.
And we have a foul. A 4-point game. Under 10 seconds remaining. Dynasty can only hope for a miracle here.
They need an absolute war day, D-Day type miracle.
And Radke grabs the board and sends the dagger.
And the ref calls it over. Fatal has advanced to our Halo Ball League championship game.
And you know, that just means that they're one of the 2 teams that will be competing for this glorious trophy. The Tom Pinagrino Award.
And Jimmy, what game do we have next on our docket?
Oh boy. Next up, we've got Recon versus Apex in what's sure to be a thriller later this week.
We will find out who will match up against Fatal in our coveted, highly anticipated championship game.
This has been Jimmy Terror.
And Alonzo Smoke.
We are signing off. This has been electric.
So electric.